What's up, guys? This is your boy JC coming to you for an honest review of Destiny 2. As you know, I was a big fan of Destiny 1, and we are going to be breaking down Destiny 2 with my good friend here, Dingus Malingus. How you doing there, Dingus?
It's great, man. I love that laughing intro. You got there.
So we recently played a strike together. We've been playing this game pretty much since it dropped for us, and been rolling pretty hard together on this. We're kind of high levels. We're almost getting to the cap point. Overall, what's your feeling on the game, and how did you like it?
I mean, you knew when we started the game, I thought at the beginning it was pretty awful.
Oh, I remember.
I was complaining about like almost everything, like, even the sound of the weapons. I was like, this is gay.
What brought you back into it? Like after you played it a little bit.
Mostly the dancing emotes.
That is a big part. I remember those videos I showed you of all those guys busting out the NSYNC dance moves. Those were
And
pretty
then
good.
and then we started getting into the other weapons, and then it started getting harder too. Because at the beginning it was really, really, really too easy. Like everything just felt like you could stand there and basically it would finish itself almost.
Yeah, you just like
Uh,
there's definitely like it's the opposite curve. You know how normally like a game gets harder as you go along. In this game, well, the game gets easier as it goes along because you acquire more weapons, especially in an MMO. But in this
well,
one,
no, I think yeah.
the more you get, the harder it gets because they increase the difficulty of the enemies like tenfold.
Yeah, especially with the nightfalls.
Yeah, those are monsters.
Those are interesting.
Let's definitely go over the game modes because they have the Crucible, which is bringing it back to multiplayer, which it's not everybody's cup of tea, but it's still pretty fun.
It's like 4v4 kind of. They have different modes of it too. They got like a little capture the King of the Hill kind of multi-base thing,
They
like
even
a
have
single death thing.
the search and destroy kind of thing was really cool. Like it's a
You should
simple
probably
death.
explain it. I don't actually know the names of anything in the game.
I don't know the names of the game mode, but in the Crucible, but they definitely have the King of the Hill, and then they have like the search and destroy mode. Then you have like the patented Call of Duty go grab the tag game.
Yeah, they got the,
Kill confirmed, if you will, because that's exactly what that is.
but you gotta capture their little balls.
Yeah, you gotta capture some balls. The thing that we love to do the most as men, capture balls.
Yeah, dude.
As far as the storyline, I'll give my thought process here in a little bit, but I want to go over, like, you have never played a Destiny storyline before, and this is your first time jumping into it. Was it boring to you? Did you not really care? Give an honest reveal on that.
I honestly have not paid much attention to the story.
Digus Malingus is like, I don't know what's going on.
I honestly have not paid much attention, and I mean, I can kind of grasp what's going on, but it's mostly to me, it's just like, hey, yo, we got like a thing that's in this cave. You should go down and get it, and, and then like we go get it, and like there's some fun in that. There's a lot of fun in that. I wouldn't keep playing it if there wasn't fun in that, but the story itself wasn't
This was a
doing it for me.
This storyline was. I was a little tied to it at first. Like I was really enjoying the storyline, but the more it got into it, the more I was just like, I'm not caring anymore. Like whatever. The only thing that's really gonna get me is like the Trials of Osiris coming up. Like I can't wait for that DLC, even though it's a paid for. I'm still pretty excited to play it, and I wish it was free. But how else are they gonna make their money? Oh yeah, sell some more games.
We got all them loot boxes.
Oh, we'll get to that here in a little while. After that,
But what is the Curse of Osiris gonna be about?
just like it's not fully told yet. Like they just revealed the trailer for it, and it looks really cool. It looks like the story of his first. He was in the first game, and he had a big storyline behind him, and it was really neat that like you could go and do these like true adventures of this guy that's been in the Destiny universe for millions upon billions of years. He's like one of the founding people of it, original OG Guardians, if you will.
His loot must be epic.
His loot is very good. And I'm going to say this. Xur's a little bitch in this game. Xur is a cocksuck. His weapons and shit are not very good, even though you just picked one up off of Xur.
I remember killing him a few times, and I don't remember him having like a personality.
Zer the octopus mouth man doesn't have anything every week. I'm just irritated with him every week. He's just like, what are you doing, Zer? Why you only got to have this 270 legendary gear? So
So
in
you don't
this
like the looty drops.
this one, they've changed it up a little bit with the way they do the legendary. You can absorb all the stuff like in the updates of the last update on Destiny 1. So that's kind of cool. I like that you can absorb everything into everything, so you can keep a specific piece of armor that you want the whole game. I think you still
Yeah,
got your
I'm
don't
fine
you
with that. Like,
don't you still have the first piece?
well, I had a chess piece that I kept for a really long time because it had really cool
Lights.
glowing. Yeah, I, I really like the aesthetics of Destiny. I can just say like that's one of the reasons that kept me going is just everything in there just looks very pretty. And
Yeah,
that's like from playing a lot of like early access games and things like that. It's just kind of like a nice breath of fresh air to have like a fully polished looking game. Like, it just feels done
yeah.
properly.
And you know
I've seen some glitches, but it's
it's
it's few and far between.
yeah, and those are definitely patchable. They definitely
It's mostly
overall
with the dancing capes.
the overall look on the game is just very pretty. It's the headshots when you blow them off, they look really cool. Like when you blow up enemies like that are supposed to be
Yeah,
blown up. Yeah, yeah, suck one.
yeah.
That's another thing that's just really overall good. Uh, well, the last thing I'd like to go over kind of on this, at least as far as the game, is like the the extras of replayability after you beat the storyline, because this storyline is short. I think we got it done in like a total like 4 hours.
Yeah, like just the story missions, yeah. Because we've been
But
doing a lot of stuff other than the story,
the
obviously. And honestly, between like the mini side quests and the main story, I haven't really noticed much of a difference besides the main story has the full cutscene and the side story just has the little guy on the side being like, "Go get the thing, man."
Guardians, you need to go into this dark hole and murder yourself for me because that's the right thing to do. Guardian.
I just told this other group of people to go get it, but you should go get it too in
They
case
don't
there's
get it.
another one. I don't know. I see like I get the whole it's a game thing, but when you keep going into the same dungeons to get the stuff, this is kind of what put me off playing WoW for a long time. Not like I didn't play WoW a really long time. I just played it off and on like a few different times. I never like got really committed and got into like a guild or anything. And that's kind of the same thing that stopped me from playing that a lot. Is just all the same shit. It felt like doing the same thing over and over.
The one thing that I bringing up that guild thing, the one thing they did right in this is the clans. Oh man, that opened up a whole new game level for me. Once you create a clan and actually get a few people in there, you earn extra experience, you earn extra pieces of equipment. It gives you a reason to play in a clan, not just like, oh, here's a thing with a tag on it. Go do things now.
And if you don't have a clan, you can come over to the Dingus crew. We'll set you up.
We do have a Dingus crew. We are the Dingus crew. The enemies in this, even later into the game, I still feel can be a bit easy at times, but they can be overwhelming. Like there's so many of them all at once, and you're like, oh, what's going on here?
It feels kind of almost unbalanced in that way. Like sometimes, like it depends. And I don't know if it's. See, I'm not paying that much attention to it. If there's like certain places where the missions are more crucial, is that why it's getting more difficult in certain areas? But then when we're running through a dungeon or whatever it wants to be called, like just one section is really hard, and then the other part's like super easy.
Yeah, that's because they want
Sometimes.
to keep the community area pretty easy. So like when you go and do the public events and stuff,
No,
they
even when you're running through like
a
just
story.
example the nightfall, like one little part like in the middle of the nightfall was actually kind of harder than the boss.
Yeah, there's definitely that whole thing, and it's right now since the nightfalls are timed, they do that on purpose. They try to time sponge, if you will. Speaking of that, Nightfalls are freaking timed now. Oh my god, it makes it so much more difficult. You just can't sit there and revitalize your health. You gotta actually go get into the battle and get into the thick of things. And the Nightfalls.
And the last couple
are hard.
ones have been where you have to run to regain health instead of sitting.
Yeah, so not only do you have a time frame, but you also have to man up and like run to get your health back. It's insane. Overall, like the game's pretty solid. I enjoyed it. And I'm not going to put it away for a while. It's going to be a game I'm going to keep playing for a little while, especially since I'm not even at max strength yet. I am at max level, and I do think that felt like a jip. Like the leveling up, getting to 20, I felt ripped off.
It felt really fast. Like,
yeah.
Even, and I'm not saying like, hey, go do this, but even if they put like just a slightly bigger number, like 40, I probably would have felt better about it.
Yeah, because you get to 20, you're like, that's it? That's...
It's like 20 just seems like a really low number.
And I'm sure they're going to put it up to like 35 after the next DLC, and then it'll be up to 45. And
even that seems low.
So I'm sure they'll do that style of thing, but it just felt really weak. I felt...
So they give you the other number, they give you the power number, which you can keep getting up after that, which is...
That's good.
I don't know, it's a thing.
That confused a lot of people. Like that, anybody that came into this game brand new had no idea what the hell the difference between the two was.
Well, I can understand like armor level, but it seems weird.
Yeah.
I don't really understand it all that much, and it doesn't seem to matter that much because sometimes I'll just have like old gear and be running the same things with you, which you're a higher power than me by like. Well, sometimes it's been like 60. Some gaps, and I haven't really felt like I'm not doing enough like with you.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what the big gap is. I feel like my skill at shooting is more important than the power of the shit.
Yeah, probably. That's probably accurate.
I mean, yeah, like certain times I notice like when I'm meleeing somebody, they're not dying instantly. I have to hit them a couple times instead of just one. When your power's a little bit lower and it's a little bit spongier, it's just weird, and like I can't anticipate it. I never know when that's happening or when they're going to be more difficult.
Well,
I don't know. It doesn't seem to affect it much.
It doesn't like early on, but later on it really does. Like when we're going into the raids and stuff. In the raids, they did a little matchmaking thing if you have a clan, but it's still got work to do. And I don't understand why Bungie just can't put a matchmaking in there. Like, me and the rest of the community are very confused by that. They're like, we're going to partially do it. And with that brought into light also, I'm still a little bit confused, as I'm sure you are, as why Battle.net picked this up. Like it's one of the things that is very confusing. I'm guessing, like we were talking about earlier, I'm guessing it's only has to do with community and how non-toxic it is. It's just okay. You don't hear everybody spouting off about how they want to bang your mom or what have you.
Or they're just testing it, and then like if everybody's cool with it, they'll put Call of Duty on later and all the other Activision. See, the weird thing to me, like as soon as I downloaded the update, because I play Overwatch and I used to play WoW. I don't play WoW anymore. I play StarCraft sometimes. I play Hearthstone a lot. But like as soon as I updated Battle.net and I see the Activision, the Destiny thing, I fucking had like a nerd rage immediately. And I, for the first time ever in like 10 years, I went to the forum and I like nerd raged. I was like, why the fuck is Destiny 2 on here? Why can't I take it off? Like I wanted to just take it off of the launcher. Like there's no option to hide any of these games. Like you can't hide, even if you don't play Diablo 3, you still have to look at it, which is, I think it's not that great all around, to be honest. But I had like an epic nerd rage that moment. I haven't posted on the Battle.net forum ever.
Well.
So that was interesting.
We're getting here to the end of this strike that we ended up doing. That's the background videos. We did a strike, As you can see, it's not super easy. We're not just walking through the enemies. They're actually taking a while. And we're pretty high level for these 240 strikes that we're doing. We're like
I died a few
270 and
times.
280. So,
But I also die a lot because I like to jump into the middle and start punching everybody.
overall, the game's pretty good. I recommend it for anybody that likes doing raiding and what have you. My rating on it is just go play it and see if you like it. If you don't, fuck off. What do you think?
I mean, you can't just go play it and see if you like it, because I don't know about Bungie's refund policy.
Oh well. Well, all
I
in
mean, it
all,
says that you have to pay it, but like if you have a friend that has it, you should try it. But if you're that person like who plays a lot of WoW, who likes the loot and the rating, and you also like FPSs with a lot of colors, then it's a thing. But like if you have epilepsy, that's probably not the game for you. There's a lot of flashing lights and colors all over the place. I'm guessing. It just seems like something that's a thing.
epileptic, epileptic.
If you're not into like skins or shooters, like this is probably definitely not the game for you. If you're
Well,
just into like your strategy games and stuff, like nah.
yeah.
StarCraft most people that just play StarCraft and Hearthstone on BattleNet, and they saw it and they're like, "Hey, what's up with this Destiny?"
Well,
Probably not.
if you like our little review, hit us up. Drop a like below. I'm, of course, the seafood JC guy. If you want to hit up Dingus, I'll post something of his below, and you can go, wow. Anyways, you guys have a great day. Peace out, and until next time, fuck off.